Welcome to Sustainability Matters. I'm Tria Case. Public agencies and universities play a key role in transitioning our buildings to be more sustainable. The leaders we'll hear from today are developing new strategies and technologies and designing and operating New York City's public buildings in order to not only meet sustainability targets, but to also improve our quality of life. It's a tall order in America's largest city and the largest urban public university. Ideally, the transformations, large and small, in our public buildings will help chart an easier path for all of New York City. Joining us today are leaders from the New York City's Department of Citywide Administrative Services, or DCAS, and the City University of New York. But first, our reporter, Andrew Falzone, will provide us with an overview of the role public buildings play in realizing a sustainable path.
As governments around the world adopt measures to fight climate change, one way they take action is to use public facilities to roll out technologies that are proven but still in the early adoption stages, putting government assets and funding on the front lines of fighting climate change with programs, tools, and techniques to help save our planet. And while you may not realize it, it's happening all over the New York metro area, and it's one way to bring new, sustainable, friendly technologies to market, like the New York City Department of Environmental Protection, which is installing porous concrete at various locations around the city. Porous concrete helps absorb the sudden overflow of water caused by cloudbursts, which are sudden, intense rainstorms. This demonstration from Tarmac, a company that makes a permeable concrete, shows just how effective the absorption can be. Porous concrete projects are also underway with New York City's Public Housing Authority and already in use at CUNY's Queens College campus. Meanwhile, since 2014, the city's Department of Transportation has literally been helping the rubber meet the road. On roadways with heavy traffic loads running through residential neighborhoods, DOT has been piloting the use of rubber-modified asphalt. The rubber in the tires doesn't decompose, so recycling them can be a challenge. But by integrating them into city streets, rubber increases the longevity of asphalt, reduces traffic noise, and even helps prevent future potholes. Another government agency responsible for getting people around is the MTA, which has undertaken a variety of sustainability projects, like investing in solar-powered rail switches for some of its train yards. The MTA is also responsible for some of the city's bridges and tunnels, including the Robert F. Kennedy Bridge, which needs to be well lit at night. The bulb on the right is an old-style mercury vapor bulb. On the left is a high-efficiency LED bulb, producing about the same amount of light using 50% less power. And in this case, getting rid of the old bulbs and going green had other benefits as well.
These LED fixtures are supposed to last approximately 7 years compared to these fixtures that are lasting only about 2 years. So that cuts down on the maintenance and the closing of roadways, which helps out with customers. We keep the traffic moving. And the third thing is recycling. Because these are mercury vapor bulbs, there's a long and big process in recycling where it's just a minor project to recycle the LEDs.
Since the program began in 2010, the MTA has now converted 96% of the RFK lighting to LEDs. And finally, CUNY, which just completed an energy master plan to deploy new and more efficient technologies, will cut down on its carbon footprint. More on this and other projects in the New York metro area coming up with Tria and our guests. I'm Andrew Falzone for Sustainability Matters.
To help us take a closer look at how the transition to sustainable public buildings is progressing in New York City, we're joined by two key players making it all happen. Sana Barakat, New York City's Chief Decarbonization Officer and the Deputy Commissioner of the Division of Energy Management at the Department of Citywide Administrative Services, or DCAS. The agency is responsible for making the city government work for all New Yorkers by overseeing the decarbonization of city government operations and providing city agencies with the resources and support needed to succeed. And Dr. Mohammed Attallah, an award-winning construction and facilities veteran with over 35 years of experience, who is the CUNY Vice Chancellor of Facilities, Planning, Construction, and Management, responsible for overseeing CUNY's 300 buildings, comprised of 29 million square feet. Welcome to you both. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
So Sana, responsible for supporting all of the city agencies, no pressure here. Can you talk to us a little bit about the processes that you're putting in place to help us get there?
Sure. In 2019, the city took on a very aggressive and bold initiative to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in all city government operations. And the goal is to reduce it by 50% by 2030 from a 2006 baseline. So we work with our partner agencies to set targets for them to reach their emission reduction goals. And when I talk about city government operations, I'm referring to all buildings that are owned by New York City, garages being operated by sanitation, parks buildings, water and wastewater treatment plants, fleet, all of it. And we work with them closely to set those targets and focusing on electrifying all the building management systems. We monitor the progress of meeting their emission reductions. We fund. We are developing a green workforce that we train all the city personnel for energy courses, and we're installing also clean energy projects across the city.
To deploy solar and
Solar,
battery storage.
solar and battery storage, yeah.
Across the city, amazing. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank you for all the support that DCAS has provided to those of us at CUNY. And so with that, Dr. Atalla, can you talk to us a little bit about what CUNY's been doing? We're the largest urban university in the country. Not everybody may know that. Can you talk to us a little bit about your activities?
Absolutely, my pleasure. Yes, you're correct. As you mentioned, CUNY is one of the largest higher academic institutions in the country, operating in 300 buildings, about 29 million square feet. And the challenge to that as well, it's the average age of those buildings, about 63 years old. So we do have a mandate that we need to reduce energy and greenhouse gas from these buildings. So we work really with our energy professionals within the university to develop programs that help reduce the energy consumption, reduce the greenhouse gases, and meet the laws. In the state of New York and the city of New York, as Sana mentioned, we do have great laws and acts that really regulate and develop targets and scheduled short-term and long-term plan. And we developed an energy management plans for the community colleges and for the senior colleges that helps actually implement a large number of projects. We've identified a large number of projects in different aspects, whether in building automation systems, even in HVAC, HVAC replacement with higher efficiency in order to meet those targets. And we really thank DCAS for their support, financial support that help actually us implement those plans in our buildings and labs and classrooms.
So you both carry tremendous responsibility in terms of helping us bring this city to reach our goals and our targets. And as somebody who has worked in the sustainability field for a long time, I've noticed that we can get very siloed. How are you trying to help make sure that this work gets out of the silos and that it's understood across your agencies and across the city?
Sure, to achieve the goals and the targets of sustainability and environmental stewardship, it's everyone's job and everyone's interest. So it's a very important aspect, not only developing the plan, have design and construction and implement the plans, we have to involve our people. So in the university community, when we say university community, we're talking about students, undergraduate students, we talk about graduate students, we talk about researchers, we talk about our professors, our staff. So we develop mechanisms and tools in order to ensure the engagement of the internal community of the university and the outer community. So we do have sustainability councils. We operate in 25 different campuses, so 300 buildings in 25 different campuses, and every campus has a sustainability council. We do have student bodies, we have union bodies that are all interested in sustainability. I should say that we are fortunate that we are working in a higher education institution, and usually from a sustainability perspective, you're reaching to the converted already. So you do have a good body of students and researchers who are really interested in pushing the mission and the vision and the agenda of sustainability and energy conservation. So we work all together to have this engagement, and then we have outreaches to a larger community as well. We engage our people, the immediate community and the larger community, in our plans and our work. And we report on the achievement and the great work that we do. And actually the state and the city also report on that. And that becomes a motivating factor for more and more people to be engaged, and we get out of the silo, as you said. In our planning, it's not only the energy projects and the energy initiatives. In all of our work to upgrade and upkeep our facilities from A to Z in a planning process of a project, we involve energy and sustainability measures in all of our work and all of our buildings, whether upgrading the existing or retrofitting existing buildings or building our new labs and our new facilities.
Sana?
Yeah, it's along the same lines. You know, we're all one city, we all work together to achieve the same goals of decarbonizing the city government operations. So we work with all the agencies from the initiation of the project to implementation and even post-construction. So we're in constant collaboration with the city agencies there.
I've been to a few of the energy personnel
That's right.
meetings, and I can vouch for the fact that those are extremely helpful, because sharing that information and sharing the best practices and knowing what others are doing in terms of energy efficiency projects and what's been successful and even what's not is incredibly helpful from agency to agency. So that's a really great effort that DCAS puts on it.
Yeah, it's been very successful.
One of the things we've been trying to do in this show is to actually hear from students. So I'd like to take a minute and let's hear from a student and take one of their questions.
Hi, my name is Angelica Morales Suarez. I'm a senior at City College. I am majoring in architecture, and my question is, what is the process of transforming existing older public buildings into sustainable ones?
Well, Mohammed, you talked a little bit about our issue of having so many older buildings at CUNY.
Absolutely. Our older buildings, sustainability, they need a lot of care, really. And we consider in our philosophy, our buildings are like our children. So we consider buildings are really living humans. They breathe, they speak to us, they feel the pain. So our plans is to continuously transform our buildings, to adhere to newer pedagogy, to maintain our facilities to be at the top of its environmental stewardship and its technological advancement, to enable researchers, students, and staff for learning and teaching and new research and new development of new innovation. So we have plans to transform our labs and our research spaces and our learning spaces. So in tandem with that, we do have our plans to upgrade the energy performance of our building, reduce our greenhouse gases, and reduce our energy consumption. So we developed the plans, as I mentioned earlier, through the energy management plan. We develop certain initiatives like the building automation systems, for example. Building automation system is the brain of every building, and so we upgrade to newer technology and new building management systems that will enable us to have a better control of our energy consumption, reporting on them, and have dashboards and be able to monitor our energy performance. In addition to that, we bring newer boilers with higher efficiency, newer chillers, and LED lighting. So that significantly improves the lighting condition. In addition to that, the building envelope aspects, when we do window replacement, for example, and we bring double glazed sealed units, for example, for windows, or triple, the type of roof that when we do our roof replacements. So all the work, it's all with the view of a better energy performance and bringing better indoor environment.
Sana, I mean, this is an issue across really all of our city buildings. Are you finding there to be some solutions that are applicable across the city portfolio?
We are implementing building retrofits across the building portfolios. And we're looking into new technologies to see what might work, what might be more cost effective, more efficient to be used in the future. But we have challenges because the buildings that we have are very old. And the challenge is, how do we do these upgrades when people are using the buildings? So to ensure that we have minimal disruptions, basically. So we do projects in phases. We have to think about how to plan ahead of time to ensure that minimal disruption is happening.
That's an important aspect of our public buildings. We expect them to be available for us when we need them, but sometimes if we're going to upgrade them, we have to think about something. So it's a great point. We have one more student question. Let's take that.
Hello, my name is Juan Isasa and I'm a senior architecture student at City College. My question is, are there any opportunities for students to get involved in sustainability issues at either campus buildings or public housing?
Well, the simple answer is yes. As I mentioned earlier, we are fortunate that we work in the City University of New York, so we have a large population of students. And engagement of students is very important to the success of our sustainability plan. We have developed also a program this year for experiential learning opportunities. So we love to engage our students as interns. Actually, this year we have 10 students from City College, from the architecture school, that involved with us as interns in our department to work with us. It's really, the benefit is both ways. It's for the students. They bring new ways of thinking, new ways or new approaches for implementing work or thinking about the problem, or even from a technology point of view in the reporting piece. So we do benefit from the engagement of the interns. At the same time, what we give them back, we give them an experiential learning opportunity in the real marketplace, in the real workplace. They will be able to contribute, really hit the ground running once they graduate.
Sana, do you have some thoughts about how students can get involved?
Yes, in fact, we're very excited about this program. The city is investing $4 billion under Leading the Charge to electrify 100 schools across the city. And we're working with DOE basically to train the educators on clean energy, on the solar that we're installing at those schools.
And when you deploy those projects in those schools, you're also pairing that with an educational program each time?
That's right. That's what we're doing. We're collaborating with the schools to educate the students via workshops on clean energy, and we're also training the teachers to understand better how clean energy works, so they can teach in return the students. So this way you're creating a green workforce of the future.
It's fantastic. We're going to just take a minute because, not only is CUNY working to improve our buildings, but we're also, as Mohammed mentioned, preparing the workforce to transition to renewable energies. So we wanted to give you a few examples of what's happening across the university. In your mind, what do you think is next? How are we going to get there? What's going to make us reach those goals and targets, Mohammed?
Yes, we really have to continue doing what we're doing, and the engagement, and engage the community. Think outside the box. Try to invent new technologies. Be open-minded about any new technologies that come our way. We have the installation of solar energy, solar heating, green roofs. all aspects of renewable energy, energy storage, car chargers with all of their different types, geothermal. So all of these renewable energy aspects, we have to be very aggressive and dedicated in implementing that. So partnerships will be very important. We partner with manufacturers, we partner with other public agencies, we partner with DCAS to implement the new technologies, with NIPA, with other private developers or manufacturers or researchers. The very important piece that we are really very interested in, and it's part of our strategic direction and our mission and vision, is to work with our researchers. We are fortunate to work for the City University of New York, a higher education institution, where we have a wealth of professors and researchers who are all interested in energy, interested in sustainability, interested in developing new ways and new techniques. And the students, those young minds are always very concerned about the future. We partner in the implementation of pilot projects that our researchers will be working on. I'm happy that we had our both students from City College, so we work there or working there on the developing of a prototype where we can have an integrated system in parking lot, for example, when you can integrate a solar panel with energy storage feeding to the actual plant and together with a car charger in the parking lot under the canopy that is solar panel. So that's all an integrated system where we can integrate together the top of the line of solar panels, the top of the line of energy storage batteries, the top of the line of car chargers, and see how would that combination, this integration will actually produce energy, save energy, feed energy during the peak to the building. And if successful, there will be a great opportunity to actually take that to the next step and do it at a larger level. So this is only one example, but all in our labs, as I said, continuously we upgrade our labs with new technologies, whether it's for aerospace or for the environment, for agriculture, for any types of research. We ensure that we have the top of the line of energy equipment and tools that we are able to develop. And that brings really, this is how we surface and we produce these new technologies and make it available to the market and to our colleagues and for implementation in the city of New York, the state of New York, and nationwide.
Fantastic. I know DCAS is also doing a lot of work in this regard.
That's right. Yeah, actually, the DCAS Division of Energy Management, we have a program called IDEA. And through that program, we do demonstration projects. We invite vendors to come in and actually demonstrate new technologies so that we get to see if they work better than what we have currently. And we're also working with, to give you an example, this is exciting, we're working with OTI, the Office of Technology and Innovation, to actually test drones and robots with advanced sensors that can test remotely where we can install solar panels on roofs. So you're not doing an manual inspection for that. Same thing for the facade, detecting air leaks, which is very hard to detect during manual inspections. Examples like that. There's a new initiative, PropTech. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a collaboration between DCAS, NYCHA, and EDC to also do demonstration projects. We're working with vendors. It's very new, it's just starting. So we're excited to start working with vendors and testing new ideas, new technologies, and to share the lessons that we learned from it and how we can implement across the city.
We'll look forward to working with DCAS on
There we go.
PropTech and continue to work on the IDEA program. We've had a couple of deployments, I think, with you around that program. So
Yep.
fantastic. Thank you both for coming here today and talking with us. And I look forward to continuing work with both of you and continuing to talk with you. Hopefully we'll have you back.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in, and don't miss out on our upcoming episode where we will explore the critical role of youth activism. Please keep the conversation going and follow us or send us a message on social media.